Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video. Today, we're of course going to be doing the next episode of TSTO Battle of the Best Events. If this will load. There we go, I got it to work, just had to refresh. So, today we're going to be versing Simpsons Babies against Christmas 2013. So we'll do obviously Christmas 2013 first, because that's the older of the event, and then Simpsons Babies. So there are 5 points to be won. The first point is for construction theme, the second point for characters, the third point is for buildings, the fourth point is for decorations, and the fifth point is my overall feelings on said update as of today. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle for sure. So let's start it off by talking about the structure and theme of winter or Christmas 2013. So what was the structure, what was the theme? So of course the theme was, it was Christmas pretty much. That's like the easiest way to sum up the theme overall, because there wasn't anything like particular, like there wasn't an aspect of Christmas that they particularly focused on. It was quite general. I guess gifts, if you want to be very specific, because they obviously had that whole gift card angle to it, but it wasn't exactly, it wasn't a kind of a main staple. It wasn't like, you know, the update was all about gift cards and buying gifts and stuff like that, because that's not true. So obviously we had the personal prizes, they were there, so you obviously unlocked a certain amount of gift cards and you eventually earned all the personal prizes. Now, how the personal prizes worked back then is it wasn't split up in acts, it was just one big large personal prize. So there was obviously like the eggnog bar, the holiday tree, Springfield Mall, the elf home, Springfield skating rink, the Happy Little Elves ride, Christmas Raccoon, Santa Flanders, Plough King's Plough, and then Costington's with Mr. Costington right at the end. That was the final thing you could unlock. But basically you build up to it, and then you have the entire event to get that. But on top of that, they also had the community prizes. So these were things that you could unlock. The community had to come together to unlock, so you obviously had to deliver gift bags to your friends' towns, and if you did that enough, you eventually they got, you know, you as a community, you got to unlock certain things. Now, this might be me, but I've always thought the community prizes are like bullshit. I don't think they're real. Like, I don't know, this might be not true, but I've always felt they're bullshit, because like, what are they gonna do? Like, just not release the items if the community don't get it? Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I don't know. I always kind of like, I'm suspicious of them if they're really that real. Also, there was the giveaway wheel. So the giveaway wheel was, you had a chance to obviously win certain prizes with that as well. That was okay, I guess. I mean, I think it was cash actually, so I'm not sure. Was it cash or donuts? A spin token is awarded to every additional 1,000 players, 1,000 gift cards the player collects. Yeah, so it was free to get it. And then on top of that, they added a bunch of new stuff to the store. So very, very good overall. Lots of cool aspects in there. Let's now move on to the Simpsons Babies. So of course, Simpsons Babies is a multi event, aka just mini event repeated 4 times. So the theme, of course, was the Simpsons characters in their baby form. So obviously we got like Baby Homer, Baby Marge, Baby Lisa, Baby Bart, and they split up each act with with a different baby of the Simpsons family, and then they threw in a bunch of kind of different babies to the store, as well as like Llewellyn Sinclair as well, all babies and younger characters. So yeah, pretty cool. Very awesome kind of theme. I like it. Obviously, the structure is pretty simple. It's a multi-event. We know what multi-events are, so I can't really... There's not much point me going into detail about how that works. You guys know. It's how Treehouse of Horror is at the moment. So, yeah. Overall, I think... So, who gets the point for the structure and theme? Well, I've got to go with Christmas 2013. I think there's just way more care, way more kind of cool aspects put in there compared to Simpsons Babies. Although the theme for Springfield Babies, I think, is an okay theme. I don't think it's a bad theme. It's an okay theme. Although that's okay. I just think Christmas 2013, man, it was just done way better. So the theme was way more... I preferred the theme of 2013. I always like the Christmas updates. This is the thing, right? I'm always like, I'm not a massive fan of the Halloween updates, but the Christmas updates are always really like good to me. So yeah. Christmas 2013 gets the point. So moving on to characters, we shall go through them. So Starting off with Christmas 2013, we of course had Mr. Costington, the Yes Man, Snow Monster, Christmas Raccoon, the Grumple, Ebenezer Burns as a costume, Santa Flanders as a costume, Plough King as a costume for Barney, and also Candy Kevin as an NPC. Yeah, overall, pretty damn solid characters. A lot of them are very cool. The Grumple is an excellent one. The Yes Man is an excellent one. Mr. Costington as well. Say what you want, I love him. The Snow Monster was actually an NPC when he was added in this update. Now, later on, he got tasks, but when he was first added, he had no tasks. He just had a little animation. But then eventually they gave him tasks, which I always found weird, that they did that. But they haven't done it with other characters. Like, I really want them to do it with Snowball 2. I really hope they do it eventually, give Snowball 2 some tasks. But yeah, it was kind of weird. They gave the Snow Monster some tasks. Christmas Raccoon, obviously that was an NPC. It was a cool, Christmas Raccoon and Candy Kevin, they're cool NPCs. But certainly, like, Santa Flanders is a very good costume. It's a very decent costume. Ebenezer Burns is an okay to meh. But Plough King, excellent costume. So yeah, overall very, very good. Moving on, we of course have Simpsons babies. So of course we got Baby Homer, Baby Marge, Baby Lisa, Baby Bart, Baby Frink, Young Burns, Teenage Smithers, Llewellyn Sinclair, Baby Mo, and Baby Barney. Now, my overall opinions on the baby characters is I'm like kind of meh to okay on the Simpsons ones, just because although they're not like the most creative, although they're not like, we're not getting new characters, we're just getting younger versions of characters we already have. Those ones in particular, I thought they were okay. They were decent characters for what they were. But the other ones, the other kind of Springfielders, apart from maybe with the exception of the Young Burns was okay too, but Baby Frink and Teenage Smithers and Baby Mo and Baby Barney, I just thought they were really bad. They were kind of bad. So yeah, and then Llewellyn Sinclair, I think he's good. Also, of course, we also have Snowball 1 even as a character, as an NPC. That one just earns like 8 points. No, I'm joking. But Snowball 1 is a cool NPC. It beats the other two Christmas NPCs. So I guess we got to really base this off like the Grumple, Mr. Costington, the Yes Man, and also Santa Flanders, Plough King, and Ebenezer Burns. So, who am I going to give the point to? I've got to give it to Christmas. It's just, like, in terms of quality, it's just way better. Although I will say that it's not like Christmas completely smoked them out of the water sort of thing. Like, I think there is good things in the Simpsons babies. Even the characters are okay. Like, I don't mind the main Simpsons babies. I think it's the fact that they're separate characters. That's the only thing that annoys me. But the actual thing is as it kind of stands, is fine. So yeah. Moving on, we of course come on to buildings. So starting off with 2013 for Christmas, we have Santa's Workshop, which is meh, not great, but meh. Then we have Costington's, great, very good. Eggnog Bar, I like that one a lot. The Helter Shelter, that one's good. Claus Co, I'm like, it's okay. Happy Little Elves Ride, at the time, I love this, the fact that they added this, because we hadn't had anything to Krusty Land in ages, and then they added this, and it was really cool that they added it. So I will say that one was excellent. Springfield Skating Rink, very good, and then the Springfield Mall. I like the Springfield Mall, like, don't get me wrong, but I do think it should be a bit bigger, considering like the amount of stores we see inside of it in the show. I think for a proportion, they should have made the mall very big. Like, they should have made it as big as like the Sprawl Mart, for example. So yeah, those are the buildings. Some very good ones in there. Then we of course have the Simpsons Babies. So the Simpsons Babies has Catch and Dodgems bumper cars, which is good. Springfield Destruction Derby Ground. I'm not a massive fan of this one. I didn't mind it at first, but then I actually saw what the actual building looks like in the show, and they haven't added anything. They added just the field, but there was a whole stadium and everything. Like, I think this one's a bad building personally. The Doughy Dozen Bagels, it's good. Springfield Jiminy, good. Photo Hut is okay. Le Petit Appetit, good. Lower East Side Homes, good. Simpson and Grandson Bike Customizing, that one's okay, or good. Yeah, no, I'd say that's good. Kids Zone Elite is good. Frank's House is a bit small. It's meh, I'd say. Colonel Burns Mansion is okay. Malibu Stacy Fan Club is bad because it's like a repeat of a building we already have, and it's not actually anything from the show. And then the Springfield Community Theatre, I will say this one is good-ish. It's okay. It's fine. This is tricky. This is a tricky round because I think, man, it's very tricky because I think Simpsons Babies is very strong in terms of buildings. Yeah, so it's really, really tough, this one. I think because the issue is, right, it's Christmas 2013. It has some kind of, I guess what you'd call mainstay, or I don't know what the right word would be, but recurring locations, basically. So we've got, like, you know, Costington's and the Springfield Mall. Both are fairly, you know, reoccurring locations. So I kind of think, like, maybe they kind of beat out the quality of Simpsons Babies. It's really, really tricky, but I am just going to give the point, just about, it's really, really tight, but the point goes to Simpsons Babies. Oh, I just think, although, yes, there were two really, really big buildings added in the Christmas 2013, the quality and the sheer amount of buildings that we got in the Simpsons Babies, I think just about outweighs it. It's a tricky one, though, I'll be honest. I think, although I'm giving it the edge, it's pretty tight, yeah. Only just about. And then we move on to decorations. So let's start, obviously, with Christmas 2013. So we obviously have the Backwater Brewery, the Jet Engine Bike, the Devil Float, the Present Depot, the Elf Home, the Lamppost Festive. Lamppost Festive. Okay, so there's a bunch of different lampposts with different kind of little festive themes on them. The Festive Candy Cane, the Festive Nutcracker, the Festive Lawn Angel, the Festive Hot Drink Stand, the Festive Trash Can Fire, the Santa's Little Helper, Snow Dog, Snowball, Snowcat, Grandpa Snowman, Ice God, Festive Lawn Bell, and Festive Fancy Lawn Bell. Okay, so those were the decorations. Sorry, I got confused there. Yeah, overall, some pretty decent ones there, for sure. And then we move on to, I'm so sorry, Simpsons Babies. We move on to Simpsons Babies, who had two decorations. The Bleeding Gums Cloud and the Moe's Express Lemonade. So I'm not even going to bother, like, discussing why. Obviously, Christmas 2013 wins. So that means it beats Simpsons Babies. Christmas 2013 goes to the next round, whereas Simpsons Babies is unfortunately eliminated. Hey, they had a good run. In terms of the point, where I like my reflection of the point, like which one I look back on, kind of more fondly. Kind of controversial, but Simpsons Babies, mainly because I think the sheer amount of buildings that we got in Simpsons Babies, especially because that was a multi-event, right? Like, we had like 3 buildings in some of the acts. Like, that's crazy. We never get that now. I honestly kind of look back as of today more fondly on Simpsons Babies in 2013, and it partly has something to do with, although 2013 was a good update, I don't really remember it that much. It was kind of a generic Christmas update in a lot of ways. So although I think, yeah, Christmas 2013 is probably a better of the event, the one I look back at more fondly is honestly Simpsons Babies. I think it was a good update. I mean, the characters weren't great, and that was the biggest issue. And a lot of people kind of give it shit for that. But I think the buildings, I'm kind of warming up to that update a lot, you know? Like, I think the buildings were really great in that one. So, yeah. So I'm going to submit those scores, if it will load. It always does this, man. So, of course, as you saw, as you saw there, Christmas 2013 has gone to the next round, whereas unfortunately Simpsons Babies is gone. So it will be versing one of two. So that's obviously next week. And then next week we're going to be versing the Time Traveling Toaster update against Moe's Ark. And then whichever one wins goes through to the next round to Battle 2013. So yeah, overall I hope you enjoyed. Tell me your thoughts. We're kind of nearing to the end. Eventually, we'll get to the end of round 2, and we'll be able to really duke it out with some real kind of like, you know, some real great updates. And then eventually, well, I think round 4 will be when we get rid of all the bad ones, because I think there are a few kind of updates I'm not like a massive fan of that have kind of slipped, probably will slip through. So we'll have to see. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye.